guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you read by the title, I'm going to be doing a no part braided ponytail tutorial. So this is the hair I'm going to be using today. It's the premium just braid pre-feathered hair that's 54 inches by Bobbi Boss, and it's already pre-stretched and everything, and this is how it looks. I saw this in the beauty supply and I was like, that is such a cute color, so I was like, let me try it out for a braid. It's like this black into hot pink, so it's kind of a light lavender, as you can see. And I got 2 packs of this because one pack just didn't look thick enough for the way I like my braids, so that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Edge Booster Stronghold water-based pomade. This is in the scent lemon. I'm also going to be using the Edge Booster Stronghold styling gel. This is in the scent strawberry. And I'm going to be using this edge control that I've been trying out. I'm also going to be using an edge brush, a soft bristle brush, a hard bristle brush. I'm going to be using a detangling comb. I need to take this hair out from when I just blow dried and washed and detangled my hair. I am going to be wearing this little scrunchie that I got from Pink. And then I'm also going to be using some of these scrunchies. And then at the end, I am going to be tying my hair down with a scarf. So that's all the products, and we're going to get right into this tutorial. Okay, so I'm starting off on blow dried hair just because that's easier for me to deal with. I do not flat iron my hair, so that's not really an option for me, but I'm starting off on blow dried hair, and right now I'm just making sure it's all detangled because this is really important that it's detangled. And I'm going to kind of split it up in half because I'm going to actually slick down the back before I slick down the front, just so I can get it as sleek as possible. So I'm using some of that Edge Booster gel, and I'm using that here in the back. This is not the Edge Control Edge Booster. This is just like the regular gel that they have. And I'm using my hard bristle brush to brush down on it. And in a minute, I am going to be using some of that Edge Booster Edge Control. And then I'm also going to be using some of that Edge Control that I bought offline that doesn't have a name. But that's what I'm going to be using back here. And I'm just going to be alternating between my hard and soft bristle brush. I will mention that if you guys want a more detailed tutorial on how I do my slick backs, I did do a video, and that will be linked below for you guys to check out. Right now, I'm just going ahead and putting some gel back there on the very bottom of my hair. You do not want to miss the back bottom because it will show up. And I usually put gel on before I lay my hair down and after I lay down my hair in the back, because sometimes it'll kind of like get a little rough from, you know, rubbing up on your jacket and stuff, and it gets unsleek, and you don't want any of those issues, so I go ahead and do it twice. But now I'm putting on my scrunchie, and that's going to hold that portion down while I am doing the front. So the same steps are going to occur in the front, and I'm just right now I'm detangling it and making sure there's no tangles so that everything lays nice and flat. And I'm first going in with that Edge Booster gel, just the regular gel, and I'm going to be using my hard bristle brush, but I'm going to be really careful by my edges because girl, all those wigs will have your edges a little scarce, and I'm growing those back right now. But I'm taking my hard bristle brush right now, and I'm brushing backwards gently around the edges. I'm going to use my soft bristle brush to really get my edges flat, and my edge brush, but right now I'm using the hard bristle brush, and I'm kind of blending all of this in with the hair in the back. since this is a no part braided ponytail, I'm just brushing straight to the back, but there is kind of a method when you're brushing straight to the back. If you don't want to get those, like, you know, those little lifting pieces of hair, you really want to make sure everything is connected nice and good, and make sure everything is going in the direction that it flows in, or else you may get those lifting pieces of hair and it just won't be cute. So make sure that everything is together and nice and sleek in the direction that it's supposed to be. So right now I'm just kind of combining the hair in the front to the hair in the back, and I'm just going to keep brushing until it gets really flat. And yeah, this may take you a while on this part, because as you can see, my hair is already shrinking up from all of these gels and it's getting really hard to manage it, but we're gonna get through it. To secure my ponytail, I am using one of these jumbo elastic bands, and I did go ahead and make it into 2 loops. And this is really like my favorite elastic band to use to secure my hair, because I feel like it never really breaks and it gives me a nice strong hold. So now I'm taking my soft bristle brush and I'm just brushing back over everything, and I'm going to take that edge control that I bought off of, I believe, AliExpress. It's going to be linked below, and I'm now going to do my edges, and I'm just trying to lay down any flyaways that might be there. And to do my edges, I am going to be using a edge brush in a minute. This is completely optional, but whenever I do no part ponytails, I only do a swoop in the middle on both sides and then a swoop by each ear, because I don't like to do too much. I don't like it to look like I'm doing too much, so I only do 4 swoops in total. Did not mention this earlier about the products I'm using, but you are going to need some Got To Be Glue freeze spray, and I'm just securing everything before I put on my silk scarf. And I'm going to leave my silk scarf on until I finish my braid ponytail. So in total, I probably had my silk scarf on for about, I want to say about 2 hours before I actually took it off. So this next step is definitely something that's very much so optional. If you don't have a lot of hair, you can skip this part. If you don't feel like this is necessary for you, you can skip this part. But basically what I do to compress my hair to get it to blend into the braiding hair is I braid my natural hair into 3 braids at first, and I'm going to be using some shining gem on each braid, and this kind of just like compresses my hair. It makes it so much easier to actually get it to blend in with the braiding hair, because it's just like less hair to deal with when it's like compressed. So this step is completely optional. If you don't have too much hair, or you flat ironed your hair or something like that, you can skip this step, because you will not need to do this, because it will be easier for you to braid it into the braiding hair. But if your hair is like blow dried, or you have a lot of volume in your hair, you definitely probably want to try out this step. This has worked for me. It works the best. These braids are a little stiff, but it's okay, because we're going to be taking them out in about 30 minutes, and it's going to work out a lot better for me. Okay, so this is the braiding hair, and those are both of the bundles combined. And now I'm taking an elastic scrunchie, and I'm just gonna kind of make a loop with it. I just pull it under and then pull it closed. I kind of pull it like how it was in the package. So if you want to pay attention to how it is in the package, it'll be a lot easier. And I'm just gonna attach this to my hair. I usually try and attach it on the top of my ponytail, but it's okay if you do it on the bottom too. It works both ways, but attaching it on the top makes it a little bit easier when it's time to braid. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the 3 braids, and then we are going to start braiding. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to pull out a piece of hair from the ponytail, and you're going to just leave it to the side. And that's going to be the base that you're going to wrap around the top of your braid once the braid is finished. And only do this if you want to have a pink base. I didn't want mine to be pink, so I did something different, which you're going to see at the end. But right now, you're going to go ahead and start braiding. I literally am doing nothing but making a normal braid with all of the hair that is in my hand. So you don't have to add in any hair. It's not complicated. You just literally combine everything by braiding. That's it. I will admit this hair did get a bit tangled, but I kind of expected that because this wasn't the normal brand that I use when I do my braid ponytails. I usually use the Expressions pre-stretched. I believe it's like usually like 60 inches or something like that. I usually use that, and it's a lot easier to braid with. But since I wanted to try out the pink and purple ombre color, I decided to use this hair because that's who had the pink. But it ended up being easier, you know, as I got my hair blended in, and it all kind of worked out. I really liked how it blended. I do want to note, when I'm dipping my hand into some gel, I'm actually dipping it into Shine and Jam. And you really want to make sure you're doing this because as you keep dipping into Shine and Jam, it kind of smooths everything out and it blends everything together. So as you can see, there's no like real major flyaways or anything because I'm using that Shine and Jam. Like literally continue to dip in that Shine and Jam the entire time you're blending your natural hair, because that's what's going to keep your natural hair tamed and what's going to make it blend. You don't have to use as much Shine and Jam with the braiding hair, just the braiding hair towards the end, but you definitely want to use it with your natural hair. And this isn't a very long braid, it was just kind of like a mid-back thing. And what I did at the end is I kind of just took a little tiny piece, wrapped it around, made a loop knot, tied it. And so after that, this is what I did. I just found some like old braiding hair that was in my closet. I got a little piece and it's just black hair, and I wanted black as my base because I didn't want it to look like unnatural with the pink. So I decided to just use this black piece of hair from an old braid ponytail, you know, just extra hair sitting around. So once you get that hair, even if you're using the pink hair at this step, this is where you're going to do this. You're going to take that piece of hair and start wrapping it around, and make sure you're wrapping tight. And every time I wrap, I spray Got To Be glue spray. Like wrap, Got To Be glue spray, wrap, Got To Be glue spray. And you really want to make sure you're using that Got To Be glue spray because this will prevent you from having to get some bobby pins, and bobby pins typically like they pop out and stuff, so you can just use the Got To Be glue spray instead. And make sure you're doing it tight just to cover up all of those rubber bands, all those scrunchies, all of that can get covered at this step. And if you had a little hiccup or mess up at the top of your braid, this covers it up. So this is a really, really important step. And I ended up putting a scrunchie on top of this because that's just kind of the look I wanted, but you don't have to do that. It's completely optional. Alright guys, so this is how it turned out after I dipped it. I really like how it turned out. And I don't know, I was gonna like see if I wanted to put on a headband or something. Let me see. Let me look at my phone. Let's see. I might not wear a headband, but yeah, this is how it turned out. I also had another headband that I was gonna see if I wanted to wear. My head is literally so big. I don't really like this one. This one kind of like throws off my look, I think. I kind of like it though. I might wear the headband, honestly. But this is how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are my nails for today. Let's see if it'll focus. A clearer picture will be on the screen along with my business Instagram, which is where you can purchase these nails if you want them. But that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to stay notified, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.